And the last game, the night game, we have the Tampa Bay Bucs. They travel to the Washington football team. We all saw the last game played. The Washington football team handled business against the Eagles, 7-9. They're the third 7-win team to make the playoffs in NFL history. And this is one that I think is a really interesting matchup because the Bucs, they've won 4 in a row, scoring 37 a game. While they are hot, you have to look at who they've played: the Vikings, the Falcons twice, and the Lions. And the football team has a legit defense. And so I think that defense is going to make Brady uncomfortable. But what do you guys think, Nick? What do you think is going to happen in this one?
It's going to be a hard one to predict. If you look at the better football team, I think it's clearly Tampa Bay. But the football team is going to be hungry. It's going to be interesting. It's just like why I wanted my Giants to be there. You play against Tom Brady, and this Bucs team offense in particular is loaded. You're going to want to go out and upset them. And it is funny because technically it is home field for Washington. They're not the road dogs. They are the underdogs, though. So it'll be interesting for me. I would love to see Washington pull it off just because I don't need to see Brady do anything else with his career. But I don't know. I think it's just Tampa Bay has too much for a full game to not be able to overpower this football team. The game entirely depends if it's going to be close, if Alex Smith can manage to play. Unanimous comeback player of the year. Obviously, the award should be named after him. If he can play in this game, I don't have the number off the top of my head, but I believe when Alex Smith has started, they've only lost 1 game, and I think they maybe won 5 or 6 this season with him. And their record without him is much more in the loss column than in the wins. So with Alex Smith, his eligibility for this game, or his availability, will be crucial. If he doesn't play, there's no chance, in my opinion. But if he does, it could be interesting. That defense in Washington's hungry. But I got Tampa Bay winning.
I mean, that defense for Washington is just, especially the defensive line. And you're playing Brady, who's a sitting target. He's not a mobile QB. He's going to stay in the pocket, make his throws. And, when the Bucs have been on this winning streak, they haven't played good pass rushes. When they had trouble this season, they were playing teams like the Chiefs, who have a good pass rush, the Saints, who have a good pass rush, and they struggled on offense. And now the football team, they do have a great pass rush. Chase Young, he's so hungry. I think he's going to get ready to play in this game. And again, I like what Alex Smith is doing. I think he's going to play in this one. I like Terry McLaurin. I like Gibson, what they're doing on offense. But I think the Bucs, they have enough star power here to win, beat a 7-9 team. I really want to pick the football team in this one, but I already picked my upset kind of with the Rams. I think there'll be only one. And I think that Tom Brady makes enough plays in the end. I think it will be within the 8-point spread, and I think it'll be close. But in the end, I feel like Brady and those stars on offense will make enough big plays to get to the divisional round.
Yeah, I remember when this, when it was locked in that the Tampa Bay Bucs were going to play the winner of the NFC East. We didn't know who it was going to be at, but when they were locked into the 5 seed, I had that thinking, oh my God, Brady's going to get bailed out again. Easy first round opponent. They're going to get rolling and just, win a few games here. But if you take a deep look into this game, the football team is going to cause fits for him. So this year, when the Bucs are playing good defenses and playoff teams, they've played 6 of them. They're 1-5. Brady has 10 touchdowns and 9 picks. So they've really struggled against the top tier teams. I know Andrew's seen the Saints blow them out twice. And that's one that I think the football team has as good of a defense as anyone. You mentioned Chase Young. They're 6th in the league in sacks. So they're going to be able to get after Brady. And as you mentioned, he's a sitting target back there. He's not going to be able to move. So I think the key to this one for the football team is, can they just score? Can they get drives together? And this year, that's been what's nubbed them in the butt. They're 30th in yards per game, so they have not been able to move the football on offense. And so I just think at the end of the day, this one is going to be a very ugly one. We talked about the Seahawks game being ugly. I see this being way uglier. A lot of punts, a lot of turnovers. But I do think at the end of the day, the Bucs have so much firepower on offense, even if Mike Evans is unavailable to play, that they'll be able to get the drives, get the points necessary that maybe Alex Smith and the football team won't be able to do. So just like you, Andrew, I'll have the Bucs winning, but I'll have the football team covering the 8. I have 22-17, a really ugly one, a lot of field goals. Maybe we get some scoregami with some weird scoring, some safeties. But I'm going to pick the Bucs to move on, and I don't think the football team will just be able to score at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I do want to say, why is this the primetime game? I feel like, you have a 7-9 team. I mean, and I feel like that's all to do with Tom Brady, and that's the Tom Brady effect. But that just shows how much the national media just loves Tom Brady and what they're doing. That kind of annoys me a little bit as someone that's within the Bucs division. I just want to say that
Yeah.
I think right now I would love to see that Seattle Rams game on primetime, but kind of is what it is. But I think it'll be a close game, an ugly one though. To see in primetime, I mean, that's just, I mean, it'll probably be good though, close at least.